Yeah, that's fun.
Sean O'Malley. That was a wild fight. Since if you're looking at the betting line, what was he -1,000?
Minus 1,000. He was the situation was he was supposed to fight Lewis Smolka.
Lewis Smolka.
And then he pulled out.
What was the issue with Lewis Smolka? I'm forgetting.
I put it up on our Instagram.
I've forgotten what
I know he broke a bone. I think he broke his collarbone or something.
Oh, okay.
Broke a rib. Hold on. I'll just pull it up.
Was it a rib? I think it might have been a rib.
Just wait for it to load.
No, you're right.
What was that? Oh, no, it was due to an infection.
Oh, okay. An infection?
Yeah, so originally Sean O'Malley was... Okay, I remember now. Sean O'Malley came out and said, "I'm not surprised." And then he wanted to fight Ricky Simon, but they couldn't agree on weight.
Well, Ricky Simone was one of the people that put their name in the hat, and then basically he must have been. So he cuts to 135, and it must be a little bit of a drastic cut because he couldn't get there. But what I didn't understand was, and I think Chael Sonnen also mentioned it, was why put your name in the hat if you don't have the time to cut down to the weight? Why put your name in the hat? It's just silly. Why put your name out there? And then, did he think maybe he could make it? And then he tried to cut the weight and he couldn't? Or I'm just confused by that. Why you would say, all right, I'll fight him, but did you want to catch weight or something like that? It doesn't quite make sense. So with Sean, even Sean started mentioning going to featherweight, which I don't think is a good move at all. I think you should stay at bantamweight. I think it's perfect there. Look, Sean is very similar to Connor and Izzy in terms of the striking department because they're so good at footwork and pullback counters. It's just pullback counters and feinting. He's really good at that that turn, cross, and he's he also, like Izzy likes to say, bystander. He's able to switch legs as quickly as he likes. In order to avoid those calf kicks and things like that. So
he's so incredibly accurate. Nearly every one of his strikes landed.
And Kris just took it on the chin. Everyone said beforehand, you don't know this Mountinho guy. He has a solid chin. And he's tough. He's just a tough bastard, and he is.
I think I also pointed this out during the fight. It's like we got two customizable video game characters fighting each other.
We got colourful hair and shit, yeah.
Yeah, one with pink hair and all these tattoos. And then we got one with green hair. And I don't know where that came from, but...
I think he's always had colourful hair. I think he originally had pink or purple hair or something like that. Yeah,
it's definitely a bit of a show, which is okay. But one thing I really am proud of is how far O'Malley has come since his loss to Marlon Vera. I feel like it's time for him to get a ranked opponent now.
I think too, and
because he just absolutely outclassed him.
Yeah, he did. It was just... I know Mountinho was very upset about the stoppage, right? And I didn't agree with the stoppage since there was only 30 seconds left. Okay. Just let it go.
Yeah.
However,
yeah,
he was getting fucked up constantly.
Yeah. He was getting busted.
It was constant. There was constant pressure from Kris. But when he put the pressure on him, Sean didn't like it and it was taxing his gas tank. But Kris wasn't throwing any strikes of his own. He was basically just absorbing strikes and affecting Sean's conditioning. There was nothing else that was taking place. He had a couple strikes, but other than that, Sean would just jab his face off constantly. And Kris, originally in the first round, had a really high, tight guard.
Yeah.
After the end of the first round, where there was the one knockdown of the fight, it went off from there. His hands were down. He was tired himself. Kept pushing forwards, and he kept on getting his face striked off. Yeah. So, although I didn't agree with the timing of the stoppage, maybe it was warranted because of the amount of damage he took. Because that's a lot of trauma.
Yeah,
that's a lot of trauma.
That's a lot of trauma, and in Sean's case, he says, I agree with the referee stoppage because in 30 seconds I could have got at least a 10 more, 15 or 30 more strikes in. And with those fights, they always want to get as many strikes in they can in the last 10 seconds, make the last 10 seconds count as much as they can, like they're behind on points. So I feel like also for hats up for Kris because he took the fight on quite short notice. And he went up against a guy who was very beloved by fans. Definitely on a rise. He's definitely a rising star. And not even that, but Sean O'Malley's stock's even gone up further in the company because now he's not even, again, he's not really a ranked opponent. He hasn't fought a ranked opponent yet. But just the way that he outclassed him as well, and he was showboating, like especially with pretending to be playing basketball and all that, and then he had the whole...
He said he was doing it for the New York Knicks.
Oh, there you go.
That was before that fight. Before the fight, he said, I dedicate this KO to the New York Knicks.
Yeah. He said he wanted to get a second round knockout, but he didn't really get that in. But he... I reckon he would have I reckon he could have put him away in those last 30 seconds. I reckon there was an absolute chance he would have put him away in those last 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Just given the amount of damage that he dealt.
There is the chance of that, but based off the amount of volume he took, I reckon if there was another round, I reckon that I would agree with you. I think the last 30 seconds and Sean had his gas tank depleted, I think he would have just simply absorbed way more strikes. There might have been another knockdown, but I don't think it would have been finished. Yeah. But it basically just got saved.
Yeah.
Just got saved from himself and
because that is the referee's job in the end of the day, to save the fighters from themselves.
Not just the fighters, it's also it's not common in MMA, or specifically the UFC, like throwing in the towel. Yeah. But it's also your coaches. Yeah. I think the coaches probably are also responsible. They should have also thrown in. They went, look, for those first 2 rounds, he's been getting fucked up. The third round has not changed. He's literally just walking into punches. He's getting credit for what he's doing, but he's also getting credit for being a punching bag. Right, and that's not a good... Like, you've got heart, but it still means you're getting trauma regardless for other people's pleasure. So, look, they should have probably thrown in the towel as well. I saw a lot of people react to Sean's kind of post-fight call-out. He did... The reason why he called out so many people, and they're all quite high-ranked, is he knows he's got star power, but he also said, after I lost to Chito Vera... Chito fought Jose Aldo. Yeah. He says the rankings don't matter anymore. So he called out Rob Font, Dominic Cruz. Yeah. The lot of them, right? Again, too soon. Maybe a Cody Garbrandt would be okay. However, Cody is still very, very good. Yeah. I think he should fight someone who has called him out, Cody Stamann. Ooh. That's an excellent fight. Otherwise, I think he fights maybe a Kyler Phillips, who's also very technical on the feet as well. Or maybe an Asanzao, maybe a Rafael Asanzao. That would be a good fight. I was going to say Marab, but Marab's already got a fight. And I think Marab would fuck him up, I'll be honest. I think Marab's so good. And his gas tank is fire. Yeah. I'm so high on Marab.
And he's jacked for a bantamweight. Absolutely fucking jacked.
He's huge. And I think... not that Sean wouldn't do well against Marab. I think Marab beats him. Fuck. Yeah, that's a brutal fight for anyone at bantamweight.
And again, we say this: Sean's got time on his side. Just get better, man.
What is he?
Just keep getting better.
I think he's 26, 27. Yeah. What's the rush, dude?
You're already phenomenal. Just get a bit better and then slowly work your way up. But I feel like it's time to take a step into the top 10 rankings.